Across to the management at IDFC FIRST Bank. Ajay caught up with Vaidyanathan at the sidelines of their results conference, and what essentially do they make of it? This is an exclusive. Let's go across to that interaction.
We are very happy that we have posted the highest ever profit of rupees 556 crores this quarter. But more importantly, we are more proud about the asset quality. I must say that the bank's retail asset quality, which is the main line of business for the bank, has now come down to 2%. The retail NPA, gross NPA, net NPA has come down to 0.7%. I think, and remember that this has been the story for 10 years at a stretch now. So we can say that we are very happy about the asset quality more than the profits.
Mr. Vaidyanathan, one of the important changes which have happened at your reporting of the numbers is the change in your core profitability, which has turned to positive from negative. Explain to us, is it all because of all bad loans are accounted for, or there's a genuine change in the trajectory your core profitability is taking? A lot of viewers of ours and your shareholders would like to know that.
So we'll take that one by one. See, let's not mix the two issues. One is bad loans, but that's in the provision line. That is, you see income, you see fees, you have OPEX, and you have core profit. Now, core profit of the bank now has become very strong. Last year we posted a profit of about 2,750 crores. This year we expect this to rise to about 50% of the core profit. Now, obviously, core profit is rising only because net interest margin is becoming very strong. The OPEX, is able to absorb, the income is able to absorb the OPEX. So let me just say that the bank, on the fundamental basis, is looking very, very strong now. Now comes the provision line. Now, on the provision line, frankly, all those big issues of, accounts, etc., that we had at the time of merger, we used to talk about, etc., all that is gone now. Now you can smell fresh.
Mr. Vaidyanathan, if we take a step back beyond the quarter kind of a trajectory and operating metrics, a lot of large shareholders and across the country are now keen to take bets which are slightly longer term in nature. Especially they are keen to know from you that the direction of the bank and the size of opportunity it actually eyes 3, 5 year, 7 year kind of a view. How does that look from your, at where you are sitting? What kind of size of opportunity do you see for India and the bank as well?
The big change you're actually seeing is about how India is becoming, unorganized to organized, and how India is becoming from offline to online. This is a very, very big development. India has close to about 470 million people on employment rolls. Our bank probably has close to about just 1.52 million customers of these. So you can imagine that this is like insane, this opportunity. So you can take deposits from these customers, you can lend them money. So the short point is that we're a very, very small portion of this country yet. That's why 20-25% should not be a problem for growth for the bank at all.
All right, that's quite an interesting assurance for the shareholders. In fact, talking of shareholders, there's also, we observed, a very sharp change, kind of a U-turn among the investor perception of the bank and the financials, the kind of, if you look at, for example, a lot of brokerage reports which have started coming in the last few weeks and months. I would just want to understand from you that the cost of good performance is that a lot of times expectations also get elevated. What would you like to tell the fraternity who's already making projections, looking at the kind of performance you have posted so far? Any kind of a message to them or assurance, or would you like to calm expectations down?
I would like to say only one thing, that I always look very long. I'm not looking at what is the next quarter's profit. That is all the job of you analysts who do these things. We are looking really for the bank for the long run. Even at the time of merger, for the last 3 years, if you remember, there was so much pressure, profits, whatever. But we were always looking at how we're building a franchise for the long run. What is the story 5 years, 8 years going to look like? Now that fundamental thinking we are not going to change. So to people who are watching the bank, let me say when you fast forward the story, just imagine if you are even today a 1.3 lakh crore loan book, you compound the loan book maybe 20% or 25% for 5 years, it can become very significant. And we are more focused on building very strong fundamentals, because one thing is there, that if you grow but you don't have foundations, it will not be good growth. So today we build foundation, now beginning to grow. So we're taking it step by step.
Talking of foundation, I am curious to ask you one more question which you have emphasized a lot in your communication, and that is foundation of an ethical bank. Why is it so important to have focus towards ethics, especially one of the strongest pillars, building an organization which can last beyond individuals, and organization which is built to last for a very long time?
It is more important in profits, let me put it like that. I'll tell you one very simple thing. When COVID was going on, like 2020, and crazy things were happening around the world, etc., our bank was also posting losses at that point of time, pre-COVID, 6 quarters in a row. But surprisingly, you will notice everybody is a good bank, we trust this bank. So that is the power of being able to build really goodwill. Somehow our bank does, enjoy that image. We greatly want to thank the community at large for having that confidence in it. It's very important. And by the way, just like saying ethical bank is not enough, the fundamental products have to mirror that, and it costs money to live that life. For example, the way we are charging for fees in the bank for various set of services, we give very minimal charges or zero. Now, or for the way we design a product, etc. So we believe it's very important. That will last the bank for 20, 30, 50 years, whatever, as long as eyes can see. That's the foundation.
Right. Mr. Vaidyanathan, one last point. Last quarter I remember the focus of the interaction actually turned out to be your message that picture abhi shuru nahi hui hai. Picture abhi shuru hui hai, picture abhi baki nahi hai, it is just getting started. And the gist of today's interaction which I'm having with you appears to be your very clear focus on 3 to 5 bigger year picture, 3 to 5 year, even beyond the bigger picture. I would like to know from you, how would the pie of profitability look 3 to 5 year and beyond, when many of your areas of the business which are right now under in losses or investment or growth phase will also start turning around, your low cost deposits will start kicking in a full manner, your contribution is changing, and all the growth vectors will start coming together?
See, the retail lending business for the bank, is giving us a very strong return on equity. Retail lending side, that's the 1 lakh crore book, right? That is like giving us a return on equity of 20% plus in terms of margin and so on. So that's really phenomenal. The wholesale book is now profitable. There are no more bad loans there, so that's also very good. There are 2-3 areas that loss-making business, because we're a new bank. What do? We have to put branches. We have to put ATMs. What other banks have done for 20, 25, 30 years of putting it, in a hurry right now. So obviously, startup stage, we are highly expensive. So that will, become profitable naturally with scale. Then secondly, we have about 23,000 crores of money which we are honoring at 8.8%. Someday we'll replace it at 5.5 or something. So there's a 3% there. So when you add back all that, I can only tell you, in short, that the profits we feel that will only improve, because now the foundation is very strong. Nothing to worry. You can relax.
Well, there you go. That's the first interview of IDFC FIRST Bank only on ET Now on the second quarter performance. Well, we're all still in the festive
trading session, but today a subdued trading session is what you could say.